All right, let's just jump right in. We're going to talk about a pretty fundamental shift in how we should think about building an audience. Because, it's not about chasing millions of clicks. It's actually about finding that one person who matters most.
We have all been there. You pour your heart and soul into creating something. You hit that publish button, and then you check the view count. 10. Oof. It's so easy to just feel crushed, right? To feel like you failed and you just want to quit. That feeling is totally real and it's completely understandable.
But here's the thing. That feeling, it comes from focusing on the absolute wrong metric. We get trapped on this hamster wheel, just chasing vanity. The big, flashy, viral numbers, when we should be focused on impact. Because the real goal isn't to get a million random clicks. It's to actually truly change one person's life.
So let's just shift our focus completely. Let's shift it to service. The solution is to stop creating for some faceless crowd and start creating for your audience of one. This is the one viewer that you and only you are perfectly, uniquely positioned to help.
So who is this person? I'm not talking about some generic avatar or, a demographic from a marketing textbook. No, this is someone deeply, deeply personal, someone you know better than anyone else on the planet.
And here it is. This is the whole concept. Your audience of one is you. You from 5 or 10 years ago. It's the version of you who is maybe crying themselves to sleep, who is stuck in the exact same pain that you have since figured out how to survive and overcome. Creator Evan Carmichael puts this perfectly. He wasn't trying to reach everybody. He was trying to reach the 19-year-old version of himself who just felt completely lost and needed a little guidance. He knew exactly what that kid was going through, so he became obsessed with helping him.
Okay, so that's the philosophy. It makes sense, right? But how do we actually turn this into a real strategy? Let's break down how you can take your past pain and really turn it into your present purpose.
It's really just a simple 4-step process. First, you start by identifying a deep pain that you went through, and importantly, that you survived. Then you pinpoint the exact solution you discovered that helped you overcome it. And when you create your content, you speak directly to your past self, telling them exactly what they need to hear. And finally, and this part is so key, you share your real struggles, not just some polished, perfect final product.
Now, what's so interesting is what happens when you actually do this. Your content stops being generic. It becomes incredibly specific, deeply emotional. And the people who are watching will literally feel like you are reading their minds. And that connection, it builds a level of trust that you just can't get any other way.
I know this might still feel a little counterintuitive. Like, how can focusing on just one person lead to growth? Well, let's look at the surprising math that proves why deep, real loyalty is so much more powerful than a million random clicks.
Okay, let's go back to that number that feels so disappointing. 10 views. It just sits there on your dashboard, and it feels like a massive failure. But I want you to completely reframe how you see this number.
I want you to imagine that those 10 views aren't just a number on a screen. Imagine they are 10 real, living, breathing people standing right there in your living room, asking you for your help. Suddenly, you'd be thrilled, right? That's the perspective shift we're talking about.
And here's the most crucial point. When you treat that small audience with that kind of respect, you're not just serving 10 people, you are creating 10 advocates. These are the people who will trust you, who will keep coming back, and who will become your champions, sharing your message with everyone they know.
And look, this isn't just a feel-good idea, it is a smart strategy. A study from the Harvard Business Review found that in business, just increasing customer retention by 5% can boost profits anywhere from 25 to 95%. The exact same principle applies to your audience. That deep loyalty, it is your most valuable asset.
So this brings us to a final, really powerful idea. This whole thing, it isn't just about growing a channel or building a business, it's about fulfilling a responsibility. You might even have a moral obligation to share what you've learned. I want you to remember this. Your greatest struggles, they're not your weaknesses, they are your credentials. The pain you overcame is precisely what equips you to serve other people. You have the answers that someone else is literally praying for right now.
It really just comes down to the simple, powerful truth. If you have the ability to help someone who is stuck exactly where you once were, then you have the responsibility to do it. If you can help, then you must. Staying silent doesn't help anyone.
So, I'll just leave you with this question. Who is the younger version of you that's out there right now? Feeling lost, feeling totally alone? Who is your audience of one, just waiting for you to hit publish and share your story?